In November 2023, Angelo Mathews became the first player in the entire history of international cricket to be given out without ever facing a single ball. Not bowled, not caught, timed out. And the argument it caused still hasn't fully died down. This is the real story of Angelo Mathews, the calmest captain Sri Lanka ever had, and the one moment that made him the center of a storm he never saw coming. Angelo Davis Mathews was born on June 2, 1987, in Colombo, Sri Lanka, to a Tamil father named Tyrone and a Burgher mother named Monica, growing up alongside two siblings in a Roman Catholic household. He attended St. Joseph's College in Colombo, a school with a serious cricketing history, the same school that produced fellow Sri Lankan great Chaminda Vaas. As a kid, Mathews wasn't only into cricket. He also competed at provincial and national level in athletics, running hurdles, and the 100 meters. And he was genuinely talented enough that his training schedules for both sports eventually started to clash with each other. In the end, his family made the call for him. Cricket won out, and the rest of Sri Lanka is glad it did. He captained Sri Lanka at the 2006 Under-19 World Cup, an early sign of the leadership qualities that would shape the next 2 decades of his career. His first-class debut came that same November, playing for Colts Cricket Club. And by December 2008, he'd made his official one-day international debut for the senior national team. His Test debut followed in mid-2009, and it didn't take long for him to become one of the most dependable middle-order batsmen in the world. What made Mathews stand out from a lot of flashier modern cricketers was his temperament. He built a reputation as Sri Lanka's finisher, the guy you wanted at the crease when a match hung in the balance, calm under pressure in a way that felt almost unnatural for someone still in his 20s. He wasn't the kind of batsman who wowed crowds with fancy shots. He was the kind who quietly worked out exactly how many runs a team needed, then went out and got them, over after over, without ever seeming to panic. In September 2011, he scored his first Test century, an unbeaten 105 against Australia. Nearly a decade later, in January 2020, he reached his first Test double century, scoring an unbeaten 200 against Zimbabwe. He played his 100th Test match in July 2022 against Pakistan, a real landmark for any cricketer, let alone one from a smaller cricketing nation with fewer matches available compared to powerhouses like India, England, or Australia. His leadership record is just as impressive as his batting. Mathews became the youngest Test captain in Sri Lankan history when he was handed the role in 2009. And he went on to become the longest-serving captain the country has ever had, leading the side across all 3 formats of the game at different points in his career. Under his leadership, Sri Lanka pulled off some truly historic wins, including a Test series victory in England in 2014, a result that still gets brought up today as one of the finest overseas performances in the country's cricketing history. That same year, Mathews was part of the Sri Lankan squad that won the 2014 ICC T20 World Cup, arguably the biggest team achievement of his entire career. Away from the field, Mathews married his longtime partner, Hashani Silva, on July 18, 2013, at a wedding reception at the Cinnamon Grand Hotel in Colombo. The event was important enough that former Sri Lankan President Mahinda Rajapaksa personally attended. According to people close to the couple, Mathews kept the relationship almost entirely private for a long time before the wedding, which fits his generally quiet, reserved personality off the field. He and Hashani have since had children together, and Mathews has kept his family life largely out of the spotlight, letting his cricket, not his personal life, stay in the headlines. For most of his career, that's exactly how things went. A steady, respected, unflashy professional who did his talking with the bat. And then came November 6, 2023. Sri Lanka was playing Bangladesh at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi during the 2023 Cricket World Cup. After a teammate's wicket fell, Mathews walked out to bat, but the strap on his helmet snapped right as he was getting ready to take guard. He gestured toward the dressing room, asking for a replacement while the clock kept running. Under World Cup rules, A new batsman has exactly 2 minutes to be ready to face a delivery after the fall of a wicket. Mathews later argued that he had actually been ready within that 2-minute window, and that the equipment failure happened only after that point, with video evidence he shared online appearing to show he still had a few seconds left when the strap broke. Bangladesh's captain, Shakib Al Hasan, saw things differently. He appealed for timed out, a form of dismissal so rare it had never once been used in the entire history of international cricket. After a long discussion between the players and the umpires out on the field, the appeal was upheld. Mathews was given out without ever facing a single delivery. He was furious, and he made no attempt to hide it. In his press conference afterward, Mathews called Bangladesh's actions disgraceful, and he later posted on social media demanding justice from the ICC, calling Shakib a cheat and insisting the decision should be overturned given the time-stamped evidence he believed backed up his case. He also drew a clear line in his own defense, saying that if he'd been dismissed through something like a mankad or obstructing the field, two other unusual and often controversial types of dismissal, he wouldn't have had a problem with it. But using a strict rule over what he saw as a simple equipment malfunction crossed a line for him. Shakib, on the other hand, kept insisting he'd done nothing wrong and that the appeal was completely within the rules of the game. The moment split cricket fans and former players right down the middle. Some, including former South African fast bowler Dale Steyn, publicly criticized the decision as unsporting and unnecessary. Others argued that rules exist for a reason and that Bangladesh was fully entitled to use them. Whichever side people landed on, the incident became one of the most talked about moments of the entire tournament. And it still gets brought up today whenever fans argue about cricket's unwritten idea of fair play, often called the spirit of the game. It's a strange kind of legacy for a player who spent almost his whole career avoiding exactly this kind of headline. Mathews built his reputation on being the reliable, level-headed professional, the captain other players trusted precisely because he rarely made things about himself. And then, one broken helmet strap turned him into the center of a controversy that reached far beyond cricket circles, covered by news outlets that don't normally touch the sport at all. For a few days, casual sports fans who had never watched a single ball of cricket in their lives were suddenly debating the rules of the game on social media, all because of what happened or didn't happen to Angelo Mathews in Delhi. So where does all of this leave him financially? Estimates place Angelo Mathews' net worth at around $5 million, though as with most cricketers, there's no official public financial record behind that number. So it should be treated as a reasonable estimate rather than a confirmed fact. His wealth has been built steadily over time rather than through one single big payday, coming from his long-running national contract with Sri Lanka cricket, IPL stints with franchises including the Delhi Daredevils, appearances in domestic T20 leagues both at home and abroad, and a handful of endorsement deals over the years with brands like Samsung and Center Fruit. Off the field, reports suggest he's invested steadily in property, both within Sri Lanka and internationally, building a portfolio that continues to grow in value even now, well into the later stages of his playing career. Friends and teammates have described him as genuinely understated with his money, someone who prefers a comfortable family lifestyle over public displays of wealth, though he's known to enjoy a well-built luxury SUV every now and then. June 2025, Mathews announced his retirement from Test cricket, closing that chapter of his career with 119 Test matches and well over 8,000 runs to his name. He remained available for white ball cricket afterward, continuing to represent Sri Lanka in ODIs and T20Is well into his late 30s, still contributing as one of the more experienced heads in a squad that's leaned on his calm approach for the better part of 2 decades. For second here too. Angelo Mathews didn't just play a long career. He played it during one of the most challenging periods in Sri Lankan cricket's history, a stretch marked by constant changes in team management, ongoing disputes between players and the cricket board, and plenty of pressure from a passionate fan base that expects results every single time the team takes the field. Sri Lanka cricket went through several rounds of administrative shakeups during his playing years, with coaches and selectors coming and going far more often than in more stable cricketing nations. Through all of that, Mathews remained one of the few constants, a player selectors and teammates could count on no matter what chaos was happening around the team at any given moment. That kind of consistency is rare in any sport, and it's part of why the timed-out controversy felt so jarring to fans. It didn't match the story they thought they already knew about him. What makes Angelo Mathews' story genuinely interesting isn't just the trophies or the records, even though there are plenty of both to talk about.